We're out here running a 5K on the 5th runway at the Atlanta airport. It's pretty awesome.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
It's a race day today. It's actually a 5K and it's actually at home, so no travel for this one. Just making up our protein drinks and all that stuff before we go hit the runway at the airport. I know it's kind of confusing. It's a local race, but we're going to the airport.
All right, first race of the season, not at Disney, at the airport on the runway. But I'm still have to represent a little bit. This is my very casual nod to Disney, my outfit here.
I'm representing Atlanta, but I have the Run Disney. I have the Run Disney here.
As you'd expect from the name, the Mayor's 5K on the 5th runway is a 3.1 mile race on the newest of the 5 runways at the Atlanta airport. I would estimate there were probably 2,000 people or so, lots of them running the race, and plenty of folks were out there just to walk. And I would say that everyone did and should feel welcome at this event. Cost of entry isn't bad either. I think we paid an early bird price of $40 a person. Let's talk real quick about how things worked. So if you're considering this event in the future, you kind of know the flow of things. This was the 10th anniversary of the 5K on the runway, so they seem to have everything pretty dialed in and it was working actually really smoothly. Parking is free and it's off-site. It's at the Georgia International Convention Center, at least it was this year. There are shuttles over to the start line, and it was about a 10-minute bus ride. Thank you so very much. Thank you.
What about AJ?
I do, yes. Awesome, thanks so much, have a good one. Check-in was easy, and along with your bib, they give you this light-up band for you to wear out on the course since it starts the entire race. The staging area is in the bays of one of the airport's fire stations, so it's a little cramped until they move everyone up to the start line, but nothing that's not manageable. The drumline, mascots, the city of Atlanta mayor came through, and we all made a short walk up to the runway. The race started at 6:30 a.m. and they let those walking the course know that they needed to be off the runway, off the course by 7:30 so they could open up for normal airport operations. The course is one big loop finishing where you started, and there were photographers out on the course. We saw them twice out on the course and then of course at the finish line. Just finished the 5K on the runway at the Atlanta airport. Erica, how'd you feel?
It was fun.
It's cool to run out on the runway when it's closed.
Yeah.
Once you finish, you get your medal and your t-shirt, and this was all pretty organized, followed by tons of stations for water, Powerade type drinks, bananas, and lots of other little snacks. The post-race area was full of stuff to do and see, including giveaways at the Atlanta Hawks booth, which of course we had to take advantage of.
11!
Awesome.
Keep those under the table.
Thank you very much. Shuttles back to the parking area was a clear and easy process, and we didn't have any traffic problems getting out of the airport area and back home. So let's talk through the pros and the cons of this event. The things I liked about this experience were running on the runway. That's kind of an obvious one. The course is super flat, which means that it's super fast. So if you're going for a personal record or trying to get a qualifying time of some kind, this is a perfect course to do that. It is perfectly flat. We enjoyed seeing all of the Atlanta sports teams' mascots. So Harry the Hawk, of course, is our favorite, but the Braves, the Falcons, even Georgia Tech, they all had their mascots there cheering us on at the start. The Hawks flight crew was there. There was a drum line that came through at the beginning. So there was lots to kind of pump you up and get you going. There were also lots of post-race things going on, lots of snacks, lots of giveaways. The medal for a 5K is pretty significant. It's a hefty medal. I'd seen previous year's designs, and that was one of the reasons I signed up for this race. This year's is not my favorite in terms of design and color scheme, but the medal itself, especially for a 5K, is pretty awesome. And then lastly, the energy surrounding the entire event is just great, from check-in all the way through, waiting in the kind of the holding area, going up to the start line, out on the course was great. And of course the post-race kind of festivities and all that was just great and not intimidating. So if this is your first 5K or you do them all the time, whatever it is, I feel like the energy around the entire event was awesome. There are a few things that I didn't love about this event, but that comes kind of with every race, I think. With this one, parking is off-site, and it's an active airport. And so parking is off-site, and the shuttle ride kind of just thumbs down on that. It probably took about 10 minutes on a school bus, and that just, not my favorite. It was dark the entire race. I think those maybe that walked it, the sun was kind of coming up because they were out on the course a lot longer, but for almost everybody, it was dark on the course. So pictures and things like that were a little bit of a challenge. And then this one's kind of nitpicky and kind of just personal preference, but the color scheme and design of this year didn't fit what I consider to be Atlanta. So everything in Atlanta is red, right? Or black. Braves have navy blue and red, but everything has got that red. I mean, even the airport logo is red. And so to have this kind of blue and orange and then a tiny dash of red, it just kind of felt weird. It looks more like Miami than Atlanta. So again, personal preference. I think everything should be black, white, or red. So of course, the big question is whether or not this race is worth it. Here are the people I think it would be worth it for. If you're looking for a race to get a new 5K PR, this one could be it because the course is perfectly flat. If it's a first time race for you, this one doesn't have any challenging terrain and the post-race goodies are pretty awesome. If you're running as a group, this one could be great because the course is so wide, there's lots of room. Lastly, it's just kind of cool, in my opinion, to be able to say that you've run on the runway at the world's busiest airport.